Greetings of the day. I Asha K, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bangalore, going to present a video lecture on the concepts of digital signal processing algorithm and architecture for the 7th semester elective course. The course code is 17EC751. So in module 5, we have a topic called as interfacing serial converters to programmable DSP devices and also applications of programmable DSP devices. Here we are going to learn first what is synchronous serial interface, a codec interface circuit, a DSP based biotelemetry receiver as an application, a speech processing system as an application, and an image processing system as an application of the programmable digital signal processing devices. In this module 5, in the particular presentation, we are going to learn about synchronous serial interface and a codec interface circuit. Now, we are going to discuss about the synchronous serial interface. There are certain input-output devices that can handle a transfer of one bit of data at a time. Such devices are referred to as serial input-output devices or peripherals. Here, the communication with the serial peripherals can be synchronous with the processor clock as reference to, or it can be asynchronous also. Now we have a concept called synchronous serial interface makes communication a fast serial communication, and asynchronous mode of communication is a slow serial communication. However, in comparison with parallel peripheral interface, that synchronous serial interface is slow. The time taken depends on the number of bits in the data word. So this is the block diagram of synchronous serial interface between a TMS processor and a codec device. A codec is a coder-decoder is an example of synchronous serial input-output. We just see the interfacing between DSP processor and a codec here in a serial communication. It has analog input-output ADC, DAC, and also the signals in the SSI generated by the DSP are the first one, that is DX. It is called as data transmitted to codec. So this is the particular bit. DR, data received from codec. Next we have CLKX, that is present here. Transmit data with this clock reference, and CLKR receive data with this clock reference. We have next frame synchronous signal for transmit and frame synchronous signal for receive. First bit during the transmission or reception is always synchronous with these signals. That is, we have R ready indicator for receiving all bits of data. We also have X ready, that is indicator for transmitting all bits of data. In the codec side, we'll be having the signals called as FS star. It is the frame synchronous signal at the codec end. We have data received from the DSP, which is called as DIN, and data transmit to DSP. It is transmitting to DSP. It is called as DOUT. SCLK, that is transmit or receive data with clock reference, that is synchronous clock. transmit or receive data with this clock reference we have here. The block diagram depicting the interface between the TMS320C54XX processor and a codec is shown here. As only one signal each is available on the codec for clock and frame synchronization, the related DSP side signals are connected together to clock and frame synchronous signals on the codec. In the receive timing diagram, we have basically four different signals. One is called as the receive clock, frame synchronous receiving signal, data input or data receive signal, and receive ready signal. Here, as shown in the figure, the receiving activity is initiated at the rising edge of the clock. Whenever there is a rising edge, that particular activity, if you say for this particular example, whenever there is a rising edge, there the activity is initiated. The reception starts after FSR remains high for one cycle. Whenever it is remaining high for one cycle, the reception of the data is starting. And RR ready, receive ready signal is initially high. So it will be initially high signal. But what happens? It goes to low to high after completion of the data transfer. So once the data transfer is completed, initially it will be like high irutte, but when it goes to low to high after completing one set of data. Here we have taken an example of 8 bits of data. Each receive of bit requires one clock cycle. Thus, the time required to receive data word depends on the number of bits in the data word. The data word of this particular example we have taken here is 8 bits as shown in figure 2. In the transmit timing diagram of synchronous serial interface, we have here transmit clock, then frame synchronous for transmission, data transmit and transmit ready signals. As shown in the figure, the transmit activity is initiated at the rising edge of the CLK signal. Whenever there is a rising edge of the CLK signal, that is activated. And the transfer starts after FSX remains high for one cycle. Whenever FSX is high for one cycle means afterwards the transmission of the bits will start. And transmit ready is initially high, goes low to high after completion of the data transfer. So once the data is completed, it moves from lower state to a higher state. Each transfer of bits requires one clock cycle here. Thus, time required to transfer the data word depends on the number of bits in the data word. A pulse code modulation 3002 codec, coder and decoder is shown in the figure 4. So it consists of left channel input, right channel input and left channel output, right channel output. We have at the beginning analog front end, delta sigma modulator, digital decimation filter to decrease the sampling rate, serial interface and also mode control bits operation. Digital output is obtained here out or digital input can be connected here. We have at the another end digital interpolation filter to increase the sampling frequency, multi-level delta sigma modulator to perform the modulation and a low pass filter and output buffer. Analog front end samples the signals at 64x over sampling rate. It eliminates the need for sample and hold circuit and it simplifies the need for anti-aliasing filter. ADC is based on delta sigma modulator to convert analog signal to a digital format. Decimation filter basically used to reduce the sampling rate, thus processing does not need high speed devices. DAC is a delta sigma modulator, converts digital signal into an analog signal in this case. Interpolation filter increases the sampling rate back to original value. A low pass filter at the other end smoothens the analog reconstructed signal by removing the higher frequency component and allowing only the lower frequency component. In PCM3002 codec, the block diagram, we have a serial interface monitors to transfer the data serially. It accepts built-in ADC output and converts to serial data and transmit the same on the data output. It also accepts the serial data on data input pin and gives the same to digital DAC, that is digital to analog converter. We have here DI in pin and DOUT pin, data output pin. Serial interface works in synchronization with the, that is bit clock input, and also frame synchronizing left and right channel input pins, that we call it as BCLK in and LRC in. Inside the mode control, it initializes the serial data transfer with the help of the following mode bits. It sets all the desired modes, the number of bits and the mode control signals. That is, we have the first one MD bit, that is called as mode word. MC bit, we call it as mode clock signal. We have the next one that is called as the mode load bit and mode bit. Here the mode bit which carries the mode word and MC is the mode clock signal available in the mode control interface. MD is to be loaded and is sent with the reference to the clock. ML is the mode load signal. It defines the start and end of latching bits into codec. PCM3002 codec interface to DSP processor. The figure shows the PCM3002 interface to the TMS320VC541X DSK processor. Here in the block diagram, we have a processor and a codec PCM3002 will be having a CPLD block, complex programmable logic device, and also an oscillator which generates the 12.288 MHz oscillating frequency. DSP is connected to PCM3002 through a multi-channel buffered serial port. The same port can be connected to host port interface. The multiplexers available here selects one among these two based on the CPLD signal that we have connected. It acts as the control signal here. It also provides system clock for the DSP and as well as for the codec. Mode control signal for codec is also generated by the complex programmable logic device in the interface. CPLD also generates bit clock input and frame synchronization signals for left and right channel input signals required for the serial interface, and the particular codec PCM3002 handles data sizes of either 16-bit or 20-bit, and here it has a 64x oversampling delta sigma analog to digital and digital to analog converters. It has two channels. One is called as the left channel and another one is called as the right channel. In the interface of codec with the DSP processor, the codec PCM3002 is programmable for digital de-emphasis, digital attenuation, soft mute, digital loopback and power down. The system clock which is generated, we call it as sys clock of codec, can be 256 fs, 384 fs or 512 fs. Fs is the sampling frequency and internal clock is always 256 fs for converters and digital filters. We have D in and D out on the PCM3002. These are the single line data buses to carry the data into the codec and to and from the codec. Another important signal we have on the PCM3002 is BCLK in, that is data bit clock. The default value for which it is codec sys clock, that is divided by 4. Codec sys clock is 12.288 megahertz divided by 4. We are going to get 3.0122 megahertz. We also have that LRC in. It is called as frame synchronization signal for left and right channels. The frequency of this signal is same as that of the sampling frequency. The default divider factor can be 2, 4, 6 and 8. Thus sampling rate is minimum of 6 kHz or maximum of 48 kHz. In this diagram, we are observing the TMS320C5416 processor with the interfacing with the PCM3002 codec with the help of host port interface, multi-channel buffered serial port and complex programmable logic device. Here we are observing the data transmission formats for PCM3003, also 2002 for format 0. It's a digital to analog converter. 16-bit data it is used here. If you just observe 1 to 16. Here most significant bit first and it is write justified. We have most significant bit first. We call this as the MSB and this is the LSB. This is most significant word first and it is the right side justified data. This is for the left channel and this is for the right channel. Whenever your LRC in is high, this is for the left channel. LRC in bit is low, this is for the right channel. We also have your bit clock input and data input, that is data input which is available on the codec. Similar example for left justified. For 16-bit, most significant bit first, we have here the most significant bit which is left side justified, whereas in this case it is right side justified, and LSB here 16, it is shown here. This is for the left channel and this is for the right channel. This is the data format for PCM3003 or 2002. A similar example for 20-bit of data, that is DAC, digital to analog converter. Here again MSB first is there. Right justified, right side it is justified here. The total number of bits present in the data are 20 bit. Here 1 to 3 are shown and 18 to 19 and 20 are shown and in between are not shown. We have analog to digital converter 20 bit, most significant bit first, left justified. Here if you just observe, it is left justified starting with MSB first. It's a 20-bit data format for PCM 3002. To prepare the content in this particular presentation, the textbook referred is this and the reference books referred are the following. Thank you all.